Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd come on and do these cards with you, the Easter cards and stuff that I pulled out of the dumpster. I'll try to remember to turn things a little bit so you can see them better. And I wanted to show you this. Let me get this out of the way. I found this on clearance. Walmart had these for a while and then they disappeared. Apparently they went and cleaned them out of their back room, and this is the only one that I saw, or I'd have grabbed more than one. So, I got me one. With the joints, it does have for your cell phone, so that made me really, really happy, because it has for the cell phone, the GoPro, and the camera mount. So I can use it for my Sony as well as my cell phone. Makes me happy. Yay! I got one without having to spend a whole lot of money or shipping to boot. So I got that yesterday. I'll do this in another video, and I'm not using their paints. I will use my regular craft paints. White Witch 110 has been doing these, and I thought they were really cute. And I've been wanting to do them, but this video is going to be mainly about repurposing cards you may find in the dumpsters, or maybe cards that you got yourself to use instead of just throwing them away because they're pretty or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one. This is one of those cards that look like they unfold, but they're just like that. This is like Happy Administrative Day, but it has all these cute little animals. And it's actually kind of glued here, but we're going to fix that. We have a Spider-Man Easter card that we're going to redo and turn it into a card that's not Easter. And then we have this little card that has Easter with cute bunnies and spring, summer kind of motif on it. What I like also about this is that the inside, this yellow paper, has some pretty neat little sayings that we can reuse also. And I want to show you that I also got a bunch of the envelopes for the cards. This envelope, I don't think goes with any of them that I grabbed here. I just grabbed an envelope to show you that if you do dumpster dive, make sure you grab the envelopes too, because they come in handy. The other cards I grabbed, of course, is my favorite, the Ducky. I absolutely love him. There's several of these. And of course, inside it says Easter, but we can work with this. This one is a cute one. A lot of Easter, Easter, Easter. We can either take this entire top and repurpose this and repurpose it with this, or we can just cut this medallion part out and cut this part out and cut this off and repurpose on a whole new piece of paper. This one here I absolutely adore. And inside it talks all about Easter, but it has the beautiful tulips. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to turn this one, very simple flip, into a postcard type card. And this one, I really thought it was cute. Has the window, cute little inside. We're going to use the inside and not the Easter thing. And I think we're going to do one. I'm talking too much without taking a break. We're going to do one with the window part and one with just the inside. So I got a couple of those out. And then we have this with the chicks. What we're going to do is we're going to try to cut out the chicks. I have several of these. I only pulled one out. And I didn't use my inhaler this morning. And because the inside is all Easter, 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 we're going to work with that. We're going to cut out the chicks. We're going to cut out the chicks. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. And then I, of course, have some of the stiffer cardstock paper. I don't have a whole lot of colors left because I've used quite a bit of this. But I have the green and I have the purple, which is the colors I mainly want. And I do have the blue for the Spider-Man card. And I do have this ugly kind of brownish color that I absolutely hate. I also have some of the paper, which we can also use. And then I have some other stuff that I'll get out as we need it. So we're going to get on with this. Okay, I also got my gel pens and my markers and my Elmer's glue out because that's what I'm going to use today. With making cards, I'm not going to use my hot glue gun. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pre-cut what I'm going to use. Now this little chick, if you'll notice, comes into this chick. So what I'm just going to do is just try to cut out these two chicks. And because I am going to not use the entire card, I'm just going to cut out the chicks. And if you want to keep the words of a card because you may want to add them to another card later, go ahead and do that because sometimes it's easier to paste like the words great-grandson onto a birthday card or a get well card and create a card that way. Sometimes it's just easier. When you're coming to these little legs, I would suggest you just do that. Not actually coming too close. And with this, you can leave an outline edge. And I actually found it's kind of neat to have that little bit of an edge and then just, you know, just like that. But I wouldn't try to cut those little bitty legs and then try to get down inside of each little crevice. And I wouldn't worry about the extra little color that you're leaving. If you're really worried about it, go ahead and try to trim as close as you can. And when you get to where things are really tight, trim off the bigger stuff and then just go in and just see like that. I just kind of cut my little ducky. But hopefully, that's why I don't like to go in and trim too close to some of this. Hopefully, when I put him down on the card, like I said, I have a ton of these, so it's not a really, really big deal. Because I can cut another ducky out of another card. This is just going to show you basically how to do this. And sometimes it's just better to get yourself an X-Acto knife and just do this. Like that. It's not very clean looking. And there are things you can do here to cover that up. We can put a little flower in his hand, a flower sticker, and you wouldn't even notice that little slip up. And we'll do the same with the next little ducky. And there's our second little ducky. Now, if you're going to do a bunch of cards at once, I would suggest you go ahead and take what you want. Now, the back of this has this neat saying, this is what this card is bringing to a real nice great-grandson. I don't want the Happy Easter, but I would like this and this, so we're going to go ahead and cut that out. And because I don't know what size I'm going to need, I'm just going to cut out a whole strip across. Giving me plenty of space to use on the card that I'm going to use it on, like that. And I will grab the word great-grandson off the front. Now, I may not use it on this particular card that I'm working on right now. But, and I'm going to come very close to the words Easter. And I can trim that down when I go to do this. But this all can be kept together for whatever card I'm going to use it for. So we'll set that aside for right now. I'll put it right up there. This one, I want the medallion on one and the inside, but I don't want it on both. I'm going to go ahead and trim these up. And as always, it's easier just to separate the card. I know there's going to be comments, use smaller scissors. Hey, this is crafting with what you've got. Don't go out and spend a bunch of money on things that you don't have. This is all about thrifting and saving money. So I'm using what I have. Now I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to cut out this medallion inside. I'm going to cut out as much as I can, and then I will trim it down. I kind of want to keep the little butterfly. If I have to cut him out later, I will, and then replace him to where I need him, because I can do that. And I probably will. I'll probably just remove him, because when I put the medallion over this one, you really are not going to see the butterfly. So we're going to remove him. And we're going to move the butterfly to a little better location. And we're going to make this a little more rounder. We want to leave enough of an edge on this one that the medallion is going to be able to be glued onto the round piece that you already cut out. And I have my butterfly. I'm going to trim around my butterfly, because we're going to re-glue him to the paper. Kind of made like a octagon shape around him. We're going to glue the butterfly back down to that. We're going to set this aside. This one is ready to go. Like I said, I'm just trimming these up. And if there's anything else you want on this card, go ahead and cut it off. On the third one, I did just cut out a whole piece with For Someone as Special as You, and I will straighten this when I get ready to use it. I just wanted to show you that one. I went ahead and cut out these, and I kept some of the stripes off from the cards, and I decided to keep some of these little purple pieces that I can use to put somewhere, and I'll trim them down as I need them. On this card here, I cut most of the back off. I left a little bit of the flap. I will trim it down when I'm ready to use it. This is the religious card. But I also, because I really like the tulips, I kept part of the back. I cut off the USB part, or the barcode part. And I may use this somewhere else where I can cover up this. You can also, because if you have the colored paper, you can glue colored paper on the inside of these. But I have an idea I want to do with this one in particular, because it does have these on the inside. And I want to put something in here, a written note, and just have it be a postcard. But I kind of want this over top of it. Now, because this video is already at 17 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on this card right here and show you what I'm going to do with it. First, I'm going to take my paper because I'm going to want a double thickness. I'm going to fold it in half. This is going to give me almost the same size as this card. I can lay this card down on a flat surface and I'm going to trim this with my X-Acto knife. I need just a little bit more out. Carefully right along the edge of my card so that I have an idea of where to cut. With my scissors. And you can make this just a hair bit smaller than where you cut because you're actually cutting outside the lines of the card. I know there's many of you that have one of those cutters for doing cards. I don't. I do somewhere, but I haven't been able to locate it. So, you know, don't go out buying stuff to do this unless you want professional looking cards. And there you have it. It is covering it. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it inside of this. We're going to glue it to this flap right here with our Elmer's. I can get it open. Get this in place, fold it over, press it down, and you just repurpose this beautiful card into a card that you can write in. You can either leave it like this and write inside, or you can write here and just leave this together, or you can tack these two pieces together, however you'd like. We just repurposed one of our cards. This bunny card I've decided to repurpose on a piece of green cardstock, and I've got it folded. This is the one I'm going to use. I'm going to trim it down, and I also have these two pieces I'm going to trim down and use as embellishments, and I have my little butterfly. So I'm going to trim this a little bit better. I don't quite like how he's looking. He's looking kind of choppy and rough in places, and kind of Willy Wonka looking. The main thing is just kind of making it look a little bit uniform. I have a little bubble sticking out right here. I'm going to trim that off. And this is sticking up a little higher on this side, so we're just going to come in here, kind of trim it down just a little bit. And that looks much better. These pieces I'm just going to trim straight up on either side. Kind of hard to do it from this angle. And then I'm going to match so that they're the same length. There we go. I'm going to put a dab of glue on my butterfly. I want him right here. And glue my butterfly on. And we'll let that dry. Go to the card. I'm going to place this here. That glue is not wanting to come out. And that's that part. And on the inside, you can do anything you want. I do have some stickers. You have things like this and like this. And if you have stickers, you can put them on here if you know what you're going to do with it. But I don't know what I'm going to use this for, so I'm not going to put any more stickers or anything in it. I'm going to leave it blank until I'm ready to decide what I'm going to use this card for. So there's a couple of cards that I have taken, Easter cards, and made it so they can be used anytime for any purpose. And they turned out very nicely with just what I had on hand, not spending any money, and repurposing them and I saved the envelopes also, so these can be put right into pretty colorful envelopes, and they can be given as gifts, given out at any time of the year now. And they did not go to the landfill, and that's the whole thing behind this. So everybody, have a wonderful day. If you come across anything like this in a dumpster, in the trash, at thrift stores, where you can buy a whole bundle of cards that are like for whatever, Mother's Day, etc., etc., don't worry about it. You can repurpose cards, cut them down, give you something to do on your days where it's raining like today, and save them from the landfill. Have a good day, everybody. Aren't they pretty? I really, really like how this one came out. Especially now when kids are stuck at home. Gives them something to do. Bye, everybody.